Hello, hello. Welcome back. Well, I think at least we need some music before we put back on. Hmm.
Revenue, but now they're throwing in some.
Silent Hill story explained, analyzed. Let's see. What I'm gonna try is I'm gonna try and get the PlayStation, whatever, the PlayStation hover Wi-Fi stuff. It's supposed to work on PCs, to work on my PC. It worked before, and then it stopped working.
What is this? What's going on here?
So we're gonna try again, okay?
This scene might not look scary by today's standards,
Mhm.
but back in 1999, this definitely scared the shit out of a lot of people. The psychologically terrifying aspect of Silent Hill was shockingly effective, showing a new side to horror games and starting a legacy that would continue for
Hello, viewer. Thank you for joining.
Dives, and welcome to the world of Silent Hill. For anyone new, Deep Dives is a series where I take an extended look right inside the innards of various video games.
We'll play a game
Talking
soon,
about
okay?
facts, figures, some of the more obscure stuff behind the
For
scenes,
now,
and anything I think
let's
might be
learn
interesting.
about Silent Hill.
By mere coincidence, I just so happen to be covering another horror game, so it goes without saying, be prepared for some graphic content. I'd like to note here that as I run through games, I try to do so in the confines of their release, and any of the games that came prior. Things covered in future games that explain more about the lore, I will generally leave for other videos, as to not repeat myself. Before we get cracking, I'd like to thank people for all their comments on the videos. Please keep the feedback coming. I'd also like to thank everyone for the kind words when I have been ill. You are all seriously the best. Thank you. With that in mind, let's get into it and talk about some Silent Hill. Back in 1996, Team Silent, a group within Konami, began working on a new game with a goal to make it successful in the United States, coating it with a Hollywood-style flair. Initially, development was in the bin, with Konami not happy with the initial product. Eventually, Team Silent fought against their masters and decided to flex their creative muscles, turning Silent Hill to a horror direction. Having failed at their previous projects, they felt like they had something to prove. Forward wind to 1998, and Silent Hill is revealed at E3, getting a great reception from the audience.
Yeah, because it was
23rd
terrifying.
February 1999, Silent Hill was released for the PlayStation in North America, with Japan getting it on the 4th of March and Europe getting it on the 16th of July the same year. 17 years later, Japan would release Silent Hill as part of their exclusive Japanese Silent Hill collection, and it would then be released digitally for the PS3 and PSP on the 19th of March 2009, before mysteriously being removed just 2 days later due to unforeseen circumstances. Spooky. Finally, on the 10th of September 2009, Silent Hill was released on the North American PlayStation Network and released back to the European PlayStation Network on the 26th of October 2011. Taking a lead from Resident Evil, Silent Hill adopted the OG horror staple tank controls in order to provide that uncomfortable movement style we all know and love. The only difference here is that you could actually sidestep left and right, and unlike Resident Evil, at the time, you could move and shoot.
So creepy.
Silent Hill 2, this is also HUDless, meaning you can be properly immersed in the dripping atmosphere. Depending on difficulty, ammo is mostly scarce.
Wait,
and
is that what
better to run
Silent
fight
Hill
as opposed to
2
taking on
looked
enemy
like?
creatures.
No way.
It's all about the fear, and once again, like Silent Hill 2, the fear you cannot see is always the worst. The radio is your friend from the beginning, serving as a warning system when enemies are near. There are even different kinds of radio frequencies for the different enemies you encounter, which is kind of neat. As for the time period of Silent Hill, it's ambiguous as to when it takes place. A blog on the official website for Silent Hill Homecoming would be home to some dates that were messed around with and finally settled upon, implying that Silent Hill is set in 1988, with Silent Hill 2 being set 10 years after in 1998.
That's what I would have
The reason for
guessed.
this is that Silent Hill 3, which is
Late
set around the year
90s.
it was released, wasn't so jarring.
Early
Yes, I know what you're thinking.
2000s.
It's a bit of a mess. But I suppose the dates are not really that important here. It's always been about the journey of the characters, and the time thing really didn't matter until they started telling a continued narrative between the characters, starting with Silent Hill 3. Confusing things even more, there was a tweet from Ito that stated, "We've set Silent Hill 2 in the late 70s or early 80s. Make your mind up, boys! So yeah, as you can see, the time thing is a bit, it's tough to work out. But like I said, it's not important. Like Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill also had a novelisation, also written by Sadamu Yamashita and illustrated by top lad Masahiro Ito. The book was published by Konami Novels on the 1st of September 2006 and was available for purchase for 980 yen. Once again, it's unknown if the original writers had any input in the novelisation, and for that reason it is seen as a secondary source. It has a couple of differences to the game, first with Harry being injured after the car crash, and also his wife Jodie Mason dies in the car crash on the way to Silent Hill. In game, it's told that she died of an illness a few years earlier. Right, now it's time for a brief rundown of the plot. You take on the role of Harry Mason, who is convinced by his 7-year-old daughter Cheryl to take a nice little holiday to the resort town of Silent Hill. After some engine trouble, they arrive late to Silent Hill. Out of nowhere, a young teenage girl steps out in front of the car and sends the pair into a spin. Harry awakes sometime later to find Cheryl is missing and sets off to find her in the foggy town of Silent Hill. Along the way, Harry meets a bunch of different people, some horrible looking creatures, and eventually kills a demon god. That escalated quickly.
Working with videos can be frustrating. Luckily, UniConverter makes things simpler. With over 1,000 conversion formats, it can just about convert anything.
Anything?
Yeah, anything.
So it can convert my video to any format.
Absolutely. To any format.
Neat. Action.
Does it convert photos too?
Yep. It works with anything.
Wow.
What about my audio?
Yeah.
As it turns out, Cheryl isn't actually his daughter. She was found along the side of a road 7 years ago after a ritual went wrong and young Alessa Gillespie was split in two, half of her being reborn in a baby and the other half becoming nightmare fuel for Silent Hill. After Harry not really helping the situation, the two halves of Alessa are reunited and, depending on how you play, turns into something
Hi.
fight. This is of course just a fleeting look at the plot. More will be explained as we dive deep into the characters. See what I did there, huh? Anyway, we've covered the history of Silent Hill in context to Silent Hill 2, but here we can talk a little more about the immediate history leading up to the events.
Background, I'm gonna see if I can get this PS Remote Play to work.
As well as harbouring a horrendous cult. So, we all know about Silent Hill's supernatural tendencies, being an ancient burial ground which has been littered with corpses for many years. You could probably spend an hour or so talking about the history of Silent Hill alone, but here we are just talking about the initial run-up to the game. If the
Why is
Silent
it
Hill
doing
series
that?
had an antagonist, it would probably be The Order, a terrible cult who love the other world and its nasty inhabitants. You can't really talk about the history of Silent Hill without mentioning this horrible lot. It's noted that the Order's roots go back as far as the Salem witch trials in the 17th century, with Christians burning Jennifer Carroll, one of their founding members, back in 1692. Back then, they were not known as the Order. Forward wind to the 1900s, Silent Hill became a tourist location, and that's when the Order officially got their name. They were not a hit with the townsfolk, so did their dodgy dealings in private. Over the years, the Order's influence would spread, seeding themselves in the town's hierarchy, becoming stronger and stronger. Of course, coming much later, you have Dahlia Gillespie, High Priestess and leader of the Order, who set up a little store called Green Lion Antiques in central Silent Hill, which of course has a hidden church attached to it. Dahlia also had a nice little drama going on in the form of PTV.
What is happening?
Of Dahlia and the Order,
Hold
Dr.
on.
Michael Kaufman helped get the drug around the townsfolk.
Hold on. Maybe. Minimize this. Everyone who's watching, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Say hi in the chat. Say hi to Avon, please. She's been very nice today. Also, shout out to Trehu. I'm trying to... Hold on. Trying to figure out how to do it, but I'm going to give you a nice shout out, Avon. But first, I have to figure out how to make the game work. Hold on. Box. Mm-hmm. Well, Avon, I was trying to make a nice shout out to you, but I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Well, thank you, Avon. You don't have the command. I don't know. Hold on. Let's try to get the PlayStation to work. Listen, if this keeps crashing for some reason, I'm gonna play something else, okay? Okay. Why does it keep crashing? Hmm. So I'm gonna try that. Shout out. Hmm. Oh, I didn't at. Hmm. I don't think I did it right. Why does it keep crashing?
Muy buenas a todos chicos, bienvenidos una vez más al canal. En el vídeo de hoy vamos a solucionar el error del crash. Este vídeo es una solución temporal a este problema para a todos aquellos.
Out of here, Elgato. God, Elgato pisses me off. No joke. I think Elgato is the reason why this isn't working. Hello, viewers. Say hi in the chat, please. Man, I cannot. Oh. Get out of here. Why can't I? Try what? ISO? Hmm. I'm not really used to my games just not working. Okay, so everyone mostly is just like, oh, PlayStation sucks. But all I know is that I used it yesterday and it worked for 5 hours. Mhm. Mhm. Nope, just kidding. Okay, it's fine. Do you know? Do we want to play another game? Maybe. Okay. Elden Ring's stupid. I don't even like that game. It's not even a good game. So how about we play Harry Potter? Lego Harry Potter. Lego. Lego Harry. Wow. Harry Potter. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Even. You're down for what? Harry Potter? Harry Potter? I'm sorry, I'm getting very tired. Harry Potter, Lego 1 through 4, let's go. Chip, chip, cheerio. Hmm, hmm. Hold on. Hold on. Hmm. Hmm. No sound. No. No. Hmm. Hold on. Why is this not working? Properties. There. Let's see if I play something. Something. Why? Why is it not working?
Over, and you'll be joined by a vibrant
So
cast of residents on
annoying.
a journey to reclaim your lost memories and defeat the lament. You'll have a huge open world to explore full of puzzles to solve, enemies to fight, and secrets to find. Oh, and speaking of fighting, the combat system is literally insane. It's fast and fluid with different types of weapons and skills to use, and it's actually going to take skill for you to survive. And of course, there's a gacha system with plenty of amazing characters to collect, like G.
Okay. Ah, yes. Even. Thoughts. Hmm? What's happening? Come on. Yes. Refresh the chat. Yes, indeed. Okay. Avon, the greatest sport of all time. Hmm. Oh, Dursleys. Mean old Dursleys. Hagrid's like, oh, you're a wizard, Harry. You're a wizard. Yeah, he's like, okay. People are out of the way. See ya. Why are there homeless wizards? You would think the magic community could take care of them pretty easily, right? I'm a sleepy boy. I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night. Thank you for watching. Ugh. No.